Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. Every battlefield has that one hero who doesn't win through brute force. He wins through perfect timing. While everyone is watching the front line, he's already behind the enemy, striking from the shadows, avoiding almost everything thrown at him, and slowly dismantling the opponent before they even realize what's happening. Today, we're talking about one of the most unique assassins in Hero Wars Alliance. Lionel, the predator of sharp fangs. Let's discover why this silent hunter has quickly become one of the most exciting heroes in the game. Everything begins with the ability that defines Lionel. His signature hunting skill. The moment he activates it, Lionel disappears from the battlefield and moves behind the enemy lines, preparing to strike from the perfect position. But this isn't simply a movement ability. While the skill remains active, Lionel cannot be targeted by regular attacks or enemy skills. Marks. Debuffs. Targeted control effects. None of them can reach him while he's hidden. This makes Lionel incredibly difficult to punish during one of the most dangerous moments of the battle. However, he's not completely untouchable. Effects such as blind can still affect him, causing his attacks to miss once he begins fighting again. Timing is everything with Lionel. Knowing exactly when to disappear and when to return is what transforms him from a dangerous assassin into an unstoppable predator. His speed is another enormous advantage. Everything happens incredibly fast. Before the enemy has time to react, Lionel is already attacking from behind. Then come his twin blades. Lionel strikes the nearest enemy twice, dealing powerful physical damage. But here's where things become really interesting. Normally, you'd expect the unprotected enemy to receive the greatest punishment. Lionel works differently. Enemies protected by shields actually receive the heavier damage. That completely changes how you approach certain matchups. Glass cannons hiding safely behind massive shields suddenly become perfect targets instead of protected ones. It's a mechanic that rewards understanding rather than simply dealing damage. Then comes Lion's Roar. Lionel lets out a powerful roar, increasing the critical hit chance of himself and the ally with the highest physical attack. If Lionel already possesses the highest physical attack, then every bit of that bonus is focused entirely on him. Either way, someone benefits enormously. And that's what makes this skill so flexible. In one composition, Lionel becomes the primary carry. In another, he empowers your strongest physical damage dealer. Critical hits aren't simply extra damage. They're the beginning of everything Lionel wants to accomplish. Because every critical hit leads us to one of the strongest mechanics in his entire kit. Mark of Fate. Whenever Lionel lands critical hits, he applies this deadly mark to his target. And once the mark is active, the nightmare begins. The affected enemy continuously loses energy while taking damage over time. Think about what this means. Not only is the target slowly losing health, they're also losing the ability to fight back. Without energy, there are no ultimates, no comeback mechanics, no carefully planned rotations. Against teams that rely on synchronized abilities to win battles, this constant energy drain can completely dismantle their strategy before it ever comes together. And things become even more dangerous once Lionel starts spreading multiple marks throughout the battlefield. Several enemies losing energy simultaneously creates incredible pressure, making it extremely difficult for the opposing team to establish any rhythm. Now let's look at some of Lionel's strongest partners. The first one is Guus. This synergy is absolutely fantastic. Guus further increases Lionel's critical hit potential while constantly providing sustain through his golden feathers, allowing Lionel to remain aggressive throughout the battle. Then comes Oya, another outstanding partner. Every time Lionel lands critical hits, Oya allows him to recover health, dramatically improving his survivability. On top of that, her mark of prey introduces yet another source of energy burn, making it even harder for enemies to ever reach their ultimates. Next is Sebastian, one of the best critical hit supports in Hero Wars. Every successful critical hit from Lionel triggers Sebastian's devastating pure damage, creating an incredible burst combination capable of deleting enemies in seconds. Then we have Fafnir. Fafnir increases Lionel's physical attack while protecting him with one of the strongest shields in the game. More physical attack means stronger abilities, stronger critical hits, and ultimately, even more pressure on the enemy team. Finally, Byrna and Octavia. Both heroes dramatically improve Lionel's energy generation, allowing him to reach his ultimate much faster. Byrna also contributes additional healing, helping Lionel survive longer while maintaining his aggressive playstyle. Octavia brings something completely different. She increases dodge, grants dodge against magic damage, and rewards successful dodges with additional armor penetration. The result is a Lionel that's not only incredibly difficult to catch, but one that becomes even more dangerous the longer the battle continues. And that's exactly what makes Lionel such a fascinating hero. He doesn't overpower enemies through raw statistics alone. He hunts, he waits, he chooses the perfect moment to strike, he drains energy, he punishes protected targets, and he constantly forces opponents to play around his presence. If you enjoy heroes that reward positioning, timing, and intelligent decision-making, Lionel is undoubtedly one of the most satisfying assassins Hero Wars Alliance has introduced. Master his mechanics, pair him with the right allies, and you'll quickly discover why every battle feels like a perfectly planned hunt. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.